We've got ICP this morning, and I think it's important that I do an update for you guys because I've been covering ICP a lot, and ICP actually crashed along with the Black Swan event all the way down to $2.50. It's now recovered to $3.28, but is it over for ICP? Because there's a lot of people within this community that are holding ICP, and it's important to understand exactly what could happen next going into next week for Bitcoin, what impact that's going to be on ICP. Could there potentially be a recovery? Because there's one key point now that's going to be the most important point going into the next coming days for ICP, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about. And when you look at the chart, it looks absolutely disgusting. We were in this range for such a long period of time, 186 days in the range. We expected the range to hold. We can't prepare for that Black Swan event. Remember, when Bitcoin sneezes, the altcoins catch a cold. That is exactly what's happened on ICP. We went all the way down to $2.50 on ICP. What was that met by? That was met by buy, all the way back up to $3.28, which is where we are now. So we've got a few key levels that we need to look at today. And one thing that we're going to do is apply something what I call a kill zone or an area of interest. And the way that we're going to do that, we're in a downtrend. We need to understand that we're in a downtrend. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in the lower low, and then we're going to put in the lower high, and then we're going to create a range from that. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So the first thing we do, we're going to get our range in. There is the lower high. And there is the lower low. And this, my friends, is our kill zone. This is our kill zone. Now, this is going to be a really important level. What we've got here is the lower low there. There is the lower high. That is our structure. Now, remember a trend. When you're putting in higher highs and you're putting in higher lows, that is an uptrend. When you're putting in lower highs, when you're putting in lower lows, that's a downtrend. What we're looking for is to catch a reversal. To understand when we're going to catch a reversal, we need to do one thing. We need to take out the lower high like this. We need to take out and come back and take out the lower high, put in a new high, hold that as support, and then continuation to the upside. That would be a V-shaped recovery, and that is still on the cards yet. We don't know it's going to happen. We don't know what Bitcoin's going to do. We are dictated by Bitcoin, but that is what I'm looking for in the short term. That would signal a reversal once you've taken out this previous lower high. That lower high is sat at $4.70. So we need a short grind, we need a short grind, we need a short grind. And where you're going to get a resistance is going to be this point here. Remember, the lower low. So you've got the lower high, you've got the lower low. That's your area of interest. Once you start breaking through these barriers, cracking trend, breaking through these barriers, the higher that you get up to this lower high, the more strength that the bulls have got until we break through, hold, and then reverse. That's when the reversal's in, and that's what we're waiting for on ICP. Hasn't happened yet. We don't know what Bitcoin's going to do going into next week. But the thing that we need to look out for, guys, thing you need to look out for, if we are going to get further downside in the next few days, something like this could happen. Remember, that's the lower low. Something like this, where we come back up, test the low, and then we come and double bottom before we get any kind of reversal. So it is all about looking at Bitcoin. I'm going to keep you up to date with Bitcoin and the rest as far as macroeconomics is concerned, because we do need to look at the S&P. We do need to look at the Russell 2000. We do need to look at the total 3. And of course, we look at Bitcoin dominance to really give us an indication whether Bitcoin has got strength or whether the altcoins are really going to start outperforming. We get that drop in dominance. So it is all conditional on many charts. I am going to keep you updated, but I thought it's going to be important that I do an ICP video because I do loads of ICP videos. And it's not all about the good, it's about preparing for the bad as well as the good. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do with you guys. So the key areas, remember, kill zone. You've got this $4.14 at the top, you've got $4.67. Once you break $4.67 and close $4.67, that is an indication that the trend is reversing. Until we get there, I'm going to keep you updated. Don't forget, get yourself in. The Discord group is completely free. Loads going on there this morning. There's so much indecision there, so much uncertainty, so much panic selling in there at the moment. Get yourself in there and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.